Hello, my name is Eric Putkonen. Thank you for joining me. Today's topic is no longer human. This kind of springs, I think, initially from something a Korean Zen master once said. Somebody had asked him, there was a woman who posed the question, can women become enlightened? And he simply answered, no. He caught a lot of flack for this. However, if the same question was asked, can men become enlightened? His answer would have been, no. He was pointing at the identification. As long as you identify yourself to be a man or a woman, enlightenment has not yet happened. Likewise, in a broader sense, as long as you identify as human, you're not particularly there yet because you're still identifying as a piece, as a subset, other than things. There's only the self. That which has no form, no border, no center. The substratum, the substance, the ultimate reality, all the things that you could use to describe it. But that is not human. And there is this deep identification and attachment to being human. I see this a lot in spirituality. I mean, if you think about it, just the whole idea of being human, in various world religions, in being human, you're set at the top. You are the pinnacle, God's chosen. We like to, even if it's an atheist, we like to think we're the top of the food chain and nothing. No beast should dare eat one of us. We're at the top. Matter of fact, we don't even like to think of ourselves as an animal, because if somebody goes, you're an animal, some people might push back and go, no, I'm human. I'm not an animal. I'm not a beast. Not realizing that a human is but another beast, no better than any other, not superior in any way. But we forget this because there's this human delusion that we live under. And we set ourselves on top, superior. We're not a beast. We're not an animal. I'm human. That's what people say and think and truly believe. And so I've seen in my comments over the years this horror, actually, of realizing this idea, because as you talk about overcoming various things like, could be sorrow, transcending sorrow. Somebody will come back and sometime put in a comment, well, then you cannot be considered human anymore. And although I don't believe I've ever replied so, I've been tempted to just say, you're right. I'm no longer human. It is not a badge to hold on to this identity of being human. That is limitation. That is a limitation in and of itself. To go, I am human, and this is how I rank in the hierarchy and pecking order of the world. This is how I'm different and other than other things. It is this strong attachment and clinging to the idea of what it is to be human. And we make great things about humanity and how humanity has inalienable rights. Rights that do not extend to animals and beasts. This is all folly. It is the height of arrogance and hubris that we have rights that other life forms do not have. and that we are the top of the food chain, and that we are the chosen ones and we're on top. And that's where humans stand. That's the height of arrogance. It is sometimes not a welcome realization or stance to say that no, to be human is just to be another beast. No higher, no more superior than any other. And although you might say, but look at all the things we've created, that does not mean we're superior either, because although you could point at all the stuff that might have been created, you could also point at all the rampant destruction, because as well as someone could champion our virtues and progress and say, look at how great we are, there's others that can champion the look how destructive we are. We're like a cancer on the planet. We're a virus destroying everything that we meet. And both viewpoints really particularly aren't fair. It's just an over exaggeration of our heights and lows. In truth, humans are just beasts. But even that can't be identified with or attached to, because although this human body is just a beast, it's not me. For non-duality, there's ultimately the direct insight, the realization, the understanding is there's only the self, and I'm that, you're that. There's only that. And that is beyond such categories. And so if someone then later says, well, you've lost your humanity, or you're no longer human, it's not exactly an insult, really, for someone who's awakened or enlightened. If anything, it's a noticing that your fundamental understanding has departed very greatly from the norm. But considering how insane some of the basic thoughts and beliefs of humans are, if anything, we're regaining sanity. And when you regain sanity, that seems like insanity for the insane. Something to think about. But we can't hold on to this idea of being human. But there's a lot of baggage, like I said, attached to this. There's a lot of baggage of superiority, where you're placed, values. And so it is a tough nut to crack, so to speak, in terms of there's a lot of layers to that onion. It's not as simple just identified as human per se, but all that it means. The inalienable rights to a human, what it is to be, part of humanity, things like that. It's something to delve into, because as long as we're attached to being human, what you're saying is you're attached to this body form, and you're identifying with it. As long as you're saying I am human, you're saying I am the body. To say I am human is exactly saying I am the body. And for those that deeply realize I'm not this body, they can't be human. There's no longer an identification with humanity or just being human. Instead, there's a understanding of that which has always been the case and is omnipresent. And in that realization of who and what you really are, there is a shedding of this attachment and belief to being human. And so I would say upon enlightenment, you're no longer human. And this is not to say that you're superhuman, something above humanity. It's not like you've progressed to the next level. You've gone to the next step beyond humanity. You're something better than human. You're superhuman. That's not what I'm saying. Nor am I saying you're going below and you're subhuman and you're degrading in some way. This is how we think when we're attached to the idea of humanity. That if you're no longer human, you must be superhuman or subhuman. You can only go up or down from there. You know. And so, if you let go of this idea of I'm the body, I'm human, you're just that, which is all of that. Ultimate reality, what is, consciousness, Brahman, self, pick your label, whatever it may be. And that not only is not personal, so it's not a me, it's not something that can be identified with, it has no circumference, so it has no center, but all importantly, in reference to this video, no longer human. Anyways, if you got any questions, comments, please post below. But until next time, thank you much.